Welcome back, everybody, to Falcon Plays March of the Living. I am 100% sure today that we're actually getting to our destination, which is going to be the lab. So that's happening today. Whether that's the end of the run or not, I'm not entirely sure, but we're definitely getting there today. We're only 1-2 jumps away. At the end of last episode, I did a really scummy thing. I feel really terrible about it. Some guy asked me for the directions to salvation. It was supposed to be east. I said north. We got a sad face for that, and the guy said I seemed very genuine before he ran off into the woods and probably died. I feel kind of bad. He seemed like a nice guy. But I'm a dick. What can I say? You're exhausted by your lengthy journey, so you find some time to take a break. Not too long after you get a comfortable position, the oddest sight leaps into view and you can't help but stare. A pair of, well, jokers are skipping up the road, seemingly without a care in the world. They've dressed themselves in a series of white sheets and wearing pants on their heads? Must be fresh out of an asylum. You grip your weapons tight, unsure of what might happen next. Do we call out to them or do we continue watching them? I'm not calling out to them. I'm going to just continue watching them. You quickly hide yourself from view and watch this duo carefully. They really do seem to be a pair of children, playfully jumping around, tagging with each other, and gaily frolicking. It's quite odd considering these two women are grown adults. While they're doing this, a rodder starts marching towards them. As soon as the pair notices, they rush over to it with razor-sharp knives suddenly produced out of nowhere. Within seconds, the rodder is finely sliced from head to toe. "You're next!" this woman calls out, looking back over her shoulder in your direction. "Start running, darling!" Run before you get shanked. You start running away as fast as your legs will carry you. The crazy woman just starts laughing uncontrollably, hand covering her twitching right eye. "Maybe another time, darling," she shouts after you. Her friend hugs her from behind, resting her head on the crazy woman's shoulder. "Come, pet," the crazy one says. "Let's be on our way." That was both weird and oddly erotic. But that's just me. I'm kind of into that weird, crazy shit, you know? Anyway, I mean, not like chasing people down with knives for sexual pleasure and gratification. That would probably get you jailed in any part of the world, but still, the craziness sometimes is kind of, alright. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's go over here and jump to our next location. Let's see, Brody is really hurt, dog. What happened here? You're resting on a hill when an unholy abomination of chanting passes through your ears. Instantly you drop prone so you don't get instantly spotted by the band of unsightly goons you notice passing by. Through your powers of observation, you make mental notes of these people. Decked out in plaid uniform and bearing a mixed variety of pre-apocalypse civilian-grade firearms, they are a fearsome sight. Alarmingly, at the head of their column is this positively Asian design of tank, not seen since the Second World War. A flag with twin snakes wrapped around a T, forming the letters S and R. It is flying from the turret. Oh, it's the TSR people, guys. Their chant continuously mentions an uprising against oppression, which leads you to logically conclude that these people belong to the Second Revolution. Their name is familiar to you from trade town rumors and loose flyers you've seen. Seeing such a large group marching in a tight column formation makes you uneasy. There have been few groups out there with this level of cohesion, let alone this level of fire support. The army passes you by, and when you think they have passed you by, you decide it's time to leave. Leave before you are spotted. Oh, come on, we're not out of the woods yet? As you are evacuating from the hill, Olivia retrieves a phone from her pack and begins texting? You shoot her a questioning look, to which she shrugs and starts blabbing about unlimited phone credit and still functioning phone networks. More to the point, Olivia tells you that she's sending warnings ahead to the Skagway Socialist Union leader, especially about the tank. There'll be the devil to pay if the thing gets further west. I hope Oliver still has that RPG stockpile, she mutters, not elaborating further. You don't push the matter, as you're too busy making your escape. I have never considered the idea of, phones still working in a zombie apocalypse. Okay, cool, I guess, sure. I have a feeling that TSR is going to be bad news for us at some point. Even before we get to, or even by the time we get to the lab. So hey, next jump is the lab, guys. So are we good to make it there? I want to make sure that we're going to be proper for that. You know what? I really want to get some rest in case we get into a fight there. But at the same time, I don't want to just rest here, do I? I'll give it a quick go. Let's see what happens. Bill, you keep an eye out, dog. Okay, good, we got it. No fight as well. Alright, so everybody, let's, back to your positions if you don't mind. Alright, cool. And I guess we might as well have the last meal too. So, eat. And by last meal, like right now, eat, not like we're gonna die. I hope we're not going over to dead. We'll see. Map it is, and there it is, guys. Lab, finally. Maybe the end of our journey? We'll see. Are you sure this is the only place where you can get the supplies you need? You ask Bill as you enter the city. Sadly, yes. This lab was working on a cure long before the outbreak, and I think I finally figured out what they were doing wrong. I need their samples to confirm my hypotheses. Nothing else will work. Before the outbreak? Before the outbreak? You mean you people knew this was coming and did nothing? Well, we were working on a cure, Bill stammers. What the hell caused this if you know what it was beforehand? Bill doesn't answer the question. He just points to a building that has seen better days. There. This is the place. Carefully enter the building. The lab is in shambles. Most of the windows are broken, as are many of the lights and computers. Tables are overturned, and you see broken glass where beakers and vials of unknown substances crash to the floor. But surprisingly, the lights that haven't been smashed are still on. You don't see a single corpse, but there are bloodstains in various patterns, including many that look as though someone was dragged across the floor. What we need is stored in a room with heightened security, so it should still be there. This lab is off the grid, thanks to some solar arrays on the roof, and as long as the electricity works, the security should as well. Follow Bill. You reach the safe room and Bill enters the security code. He glances around the room and says, "It's all here, help me pack it in." "I'm not feeling so well," Betty says to you. "Take a break, dear. We won't be long." You grab scientific instruments you don't recognize and test tubes with samples of various substances in them and begin to carefully put them into your bag. Help Bill to gather equipment he needs. You nearly have all the items on Bill's list in your bag when suddenly the lights go out. A few seconds later, red emergency lights flicker on and a siren starts blaring. "You said this lab had its own power grid. What's going on?" I don't know. Some sort of electrical failure," Bill suggests. "The security system is set to trigger if the main power goes out while the safe room is being accessed. Hurry up and finish gathering the needed equipment." "There, we have everything, I think," Bill says. "You think?" You start, but before you can inquire further, you hear a shout from outside the room. "Derek!" Betty cries as a screamer jumps on her, with more rotters closely following behind. The alarm had masked their approach until the last moment. "Betty!" You shout as more infected grab onto her and others pour in to the safe room. "We need to get out," Bill shouts. "There's an emergency exit on this side." "Help Betty or leave her behind." "Come on, dude, that's my wife. The entire fucking trip was to save her. We have to help her." I lost an HP. You don't even consider the option of leaving. Betty is worth 1,000 lives to you. As you make your way towards her, a rotter claws at your arm, but you barely notice it as you shove it out of the way and smash its skull. More rotters stumble into your pad. Keep fighting your way to Betty, we have to. We lost another bit of HP. 2 more rotters latch onto you, but you don't even feel as if they dig into your flesh. Your vision is blurry, and the only sense that seems to be working is your hearing. Betty's screams give you the strength to knock the 2 infected away, but still more stand between you and your wife. You are so close, don't leave Betty behind. Leave Betty behind. We can't leave her behind at this point, man. We basically have dedicated ourselves to this one. "No, Derek, please, just leave me," Betty cries in a voice of utter anguish as you kill yet another rotter. Through the horde, your eyes meet Betty's and she shouts, "I love you." Tears streaming down her cheeks. Gather your strength and push back anything in your way. You don't stop. You push through the crowd as razor-like claws tear at your chest, as teeth sink into your legs. As you finally stumble over to Betty, a dull pain sears through your neck. The rotter that bit you stumbles back and your body begins to go numb. Betty reaches towards you. Hold Betty's hand. We died. We died. Was it all for naught? I don't know. I mean, yes, we could have possibly turned back, but what would that have really done for us, really? The entire trip was to save our wife. The entire reason we went to the lab was to get a cure for the disease. If we let her behind, she would die. And now we died as well, but hey. I think we made the right choice here, man. It was kind of like, pulling at the heartstrings there a little bit, but, it's your wife, man. She's dying. She's getting killed. You're going to do everything to protect her. Now, I wonder... I'm curious about this, so I wonder what happens if you do decide to not go in there and save her. So if you guys are playing the game as well, let me know. Have you done a different type of pad with Derek as well? Let me know if you decided to not save her and see what happens then, because I'm curious about that now, but honestly, I still feel we went with the right path over here, which is, sacrificing ourselves, even if we're both going to die, at least we die together. So, there you guys have it. This will tell us everything we did every single day, huh? That's pretty neat. I like that. Let's see what happens if I press escape here, though. That's about it. Let's go into new game. Alrighty, so there you guys have it. This is going to be the end of our run with Derek. As I mentioned, if you did a run with Derek and you went with the different option of not saving your wife, let me know what happens. I'm really curious about it. And number 2, if you want me to do another run with either Anna or Blake, let me know and I will consider it. Let's see, Blake is pistol expert, rifle expert, shotgun intermediate. He's got endurance. Starts out with an automatic rifle, combat knife, first aid kit, 150 rifle bullet. This guy's overpowered as hell. So if you want to see a run with Blake or Anna, let me know. And also let me know which one of the two you want to see, whether it's Anna or Blake. And we'll give it a try, I guess. Anna has a cat. I'm so curious about that one. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up here, though. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like. If you want to see some more, let me know, and let me know what character you want to see. Other than that, if we don't do another one, this will be the end of the March of the Living run here on the channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, though. Leave a thumbs up. I will catch you next time.